Ramon Agustines, the chairman of the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines, is also joined by Yvonne Castro, the executive director. Also with us, Ferdy Raquel Santos, the president of the Philippine Utility Vehicle Incorporated. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming to Future Perfect.
Sure. Thank you for inviting me.
Did you come here in an electric vehicle? No, you didn't. So you didn't get free parking. All right, too bad. All right, let's start off first with the e-vehicle summit and what it's supposed to accomplish. What is the realistic expectation of the Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines? Ramon?
Well, we're supposed to bring all the stakeholders together, have an open dialogue and a congress to look at how we can work things together, the public sector, investors, businessmen, and sort of put a framework on how electric vehicles are going to work in the Philippines.
Right. With your association, what is your immediate list of concerns?
Well, we need a sort of like a central body to discuss issues with.
Not the LTO?
Possibly the Department of Transportation.
Okay.
And then there are laws coming out. None yet have actually promoted electric vehicle use. So we'd like to see that come through.
Okay, and by saying promoting electric vehicle use, Yvonne, what does that mean? That there should be some kind of incentive for people to use or build or import electric vehicles?
Yes, that's what we want to see. That's why with the summit we're hoping to work with different stakeholders, like for example the part of the government, by offering incentives to the manufacturers, to the importers, and to other players, like for those who want to invest into different infrastructures that will support the EV industry.
Now, how many members do you actually have, Ramon, in your Electric Vehicle Association of the Philippines?
We have about 5 corporates right now, and we've had about 100 or so individual sign-ups recently.
These are manufacturers or companies or groups that are manufacturing electric vehicles?
Electric vehicle parts and components.
Components. So it's like an association of assemblers? Is that the right way to look at it? No, Yvonne, you're shaking your head.
No. The manufacturers, we welcome manufacturers to be part, because we're pushing for the entire industry. So that means even the academe, even just individual enthusiasts who want to help us promote the EVs. We welcome them as members.
Okay, so
it's not just necessarily the
car companies
or the manufacturers.
All right. Now, Ferdy, you are at the helm of the Philippine Utility Vehicle Incorporated. Does that mean that your concern, obviously, is to see more, say, jeepneys or tricycles or buses replaced by electric public utility vehicles?
Yes, we manufacture the electric vehicles. The electric jeepney is only one of the variants that we produce. Of course, we have also electric trikes, the three-wheelers, electric quads. Of course, we're looking also on producing electric buses.
Electric buses.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a design challenge because, of course, you have to haul a heavier mass.
Yeah, but basically the concept of the design is the same. Whether you have a 4-seater tricycle or a 14-seater electric jeepney or a 28-seater bus.
Now, what are the design problems that have to be overcome when you design an electric vehicle locally? I mean, you've seen a lot of these more exotic electric vehicles, right? The Nissan Leaf, the Tesla Roadster, the Chevy Bolt, and all of them are using more high-capacity batteries that they can go farther with, with farther charging, with lesser charging time in between. What about your design priorities?
What makes us unique is we made a very simplest design wherein we make use of lead-acid batteries.
And these are the standard car batteries that you see today?
Actually, lead-acid, the ones that we use are the deep cycle batteries, like the ones that's used for the golf carts. It's not like the same as the automotive batteries.
Not quite the same.
The deep cycle batteries are the ones that you can really drain, the charge. So the design that we have done is so much to be able to be affordable. That's why it's quite cheap compared to the other types of electric vehicles. And that's what makes it unique also to the application in mass transportation.
So is it going to be say, a design that will foreseeably last, until the short term? Or do you think that these batteries do have to be replaced by smaller, more compact, and more high capacity devices?
Not in the very near future. We still believe that the design for a lead acid battery is very good.
It's efficient.
It's very effective, especially the price for those batteries. Because the moment you get into those iron,
Lithium ion?
the price goes so way up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it will not be very much affordable. Again, this design that we made is basically for short commutes, is what we call it.
Okay.
It's not meant for off terrain or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's really meant for like shuttling
Yeah.
here and there.
Okay. So, how has the response been like? I mean, obviously we've launched the e-trikes, the e-jeepneys came before that.
Yeah.
What has the response been like to the drivers, the users?
For the public transport is very effective because basically the jeepney operator and the driver they earn more than almost twice what they used to earn.
Mhm.
It costs only 2 pesos and 60 centavos per kilometer, as opposed to a diesel engine that would cost you 5 pesos and 5 centavos.
So you've done the computation
Right.
of how
Right.
much more they can save.
Yeah. So,
But they have no other issues with the speed or, hatawan yan because agawan ng pasahero, di ba? Kung gusto nila, ako yung unang mauna doon, di ba? Pero pag ang takbo mo naman,
yeah, that's the initial reaction that you get. But again, for the application that you go for,
Yeah.
like, you go from one point to another, like the one in Makati.
Yeah.
It just goes around the state outside the loop or the Legazpi. You don't need to go 40 kilometers.
Saka dapat may pila yon. Hindi yung agawan sa kalsada.
Yeah,
Hindi yung,
yeah.
di ba, karambola sa kalsada na lahat gusto mauna doon sa passenger stuff.
Right.
Alright, anyway, Ron, when people come together, at the summit, what does the government say? I mean, in this case, how they react? Marami bang excited or they say na it's gonna take some time because wala tayong pera for it?
Well, it seemed like everybody was very excited about the development. The vice president opened our Congress, and we had many of the undersecretaries represented there. So it seems like we're on our way to getting something done soon.
Okay. It's going to be strange because, when we think about the way we adapt technology in the Philippines, parang medyo, in some aspects, nauuna tayo, but in certain respects, like ito, with vehicles, parang medyo backward pa eh. I mean, we've never really developed a local automobile industry of our own, even though we say that we assemble vehicles, but we don't make or design vehicles. Is that going to be one of the goals of the e-vehicle summit? That we can actually make a Filipino-designed vehicle that maybe we can even, export abroad?
Basically, that's how the electric jeepney project started. Because with the NGO ICSC that first initiated the project, they brought in jeepneys from China. So the design was conceptualized here, but it was produced from China. But
Jeepneys from China?
Yes, the first jeepneys that came here, they were made from China.
So hindi saraw?
No,
Ni hao?
no, the first electric
Let's try my ni hao jeepney,
I mean, the electric. So we talked with the local manufacturers and partnered with them, hopefully coming up with a better product than what we.
And the Chinese are also leading the way towards electric vehicles, right? Because I remember reading a report where Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are actually funding a Chinese company to build electric vehicles. Isn't that right?
Right.
BYD.
BYD.
Mhm.
Build your dreams. That's what it means, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not BYD. It's never mind.
And they're
Okay.
introducing those vehicles already, those electric vehicles.
So nauna pa China sa atin.
Oh yeah, they've been using the electric vehicles for some time. I mean, they started with.
Well, may Chinese investors ba tayo that are coming in for the Electric Vehicle Association?
Not that we're familiar with right now.
Not that you're familiar with. Okay.
We're trying to work with the local players.
Local
first.
players.
Mhm.
But look at that. Even for the Chinese, it was important that they got foreign investors like
Yeah.
Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. And is that something that we presumably or logically should be doing? Ramon?
Yes, I think just like some of the major assemblers have invested in the country, this is a good base to actually export to the region.
And major players, you mean the major car assemblers?
Yeah, major car assemblers. And there's no reason why, the Philippines can't have their own electric vehicle exported, because to assemble these things is not as complicated as assembling a regular
internal combustion
engine. It's a motor and a better batteries with an inverter and other things like that. It's all electrical.
Okay.
The bodies have been produced here, can easily be produced here.
Pero styling wise, medyo may babaguhin pa ba tayo? Gagandahan may aesthetics.
It requires quite a bit of investment to put in stamping plants and things like that. But as far as Philippine design is concerned, I think we're among the top. I mean, many of the design firms in the United States for vehicles are Filipino.
Ah, really?
Yeah, the designers themselves are
But they
Filipino.
work there.
But they work
don't work
there.
here.
But
They
we
don't
have the
stay
talent.
there.
We have the talent, so
We have the talent.
we can do it.
Otherwise, all of our electric vehicles would look like boxes on wheels. Di ba? There's no, some eye candy, at least, for people who want to invest in an electric vehicle. Now, how much would the electric vehicle prices be, do you think, should become affordable before people start adapting them? What do you think?
I think when we were studying this, it should be below, way below 500,000 pesos per
To begin with,
Yeah.
the basic.
Yeah.
Way below 500,000.
Yeah.
And for the public utility vehicles, how much will they cost?
So right now we're selling it at 625 because we don't really have
This
yet
is the e-Jeep.
the electric Jeep.
And the e-trike goes for
300.
300 per unit. How much is a...
The E-Quad, I'm sorry, the E-Quad is 300, about 260 for the E-Trike.
So compared to the conventional Jeeps and conventional tricycles, are they more expensive?
Well, actually, they're not comparable because the Jeep and the SUV are all surplus.
Ah,
These are all brand new.
okay.
So, but anyway, once we get the volume, the economy of scale,
Okay.
obviously you can bring down the
And
price.
safety issues, all of these have to be addressed as well, right? People are afraid of electric vehicles getting wet. Is that right? Is that an issue?
Well, for one, the vehicle that we produce here passes all the basic Philippine national standards.
Okay.
So it has the glass and the seat belts and all of
Okay. Pero pag nabasa,
We have a fuse. So
ah,
you don't get
basta wag mo lang ilusong sa baha.
you're good for a one foot deep.
1 foot. Okay, 1 foot. Okay, so that makes it practically impossible to drive in Manila. All right, well, we're excited to find out, of course, how much more the e-vehicles will eventually develop. I mean, 2011 is around the corner. Who knows? By 2011, we'll actually practically see more of these electric vehicles going around the metropolis or even other parts of the country. In the meantime, Ramon, Yvonne, and Ferdy, thank you very much for coming to the show.
Sure.
And we'll be living in your electric dreams.
Thank you.
You're old enough to know that song. Well, not since the Picos machine has there been a contraption